Welcome to the community tribe and potential tribe members. Okay, we're gonna shoot for a 9-card spread, but we'll see how many cards we get. We get what we get, and we don't throw a fit. Okay, take what's for you and only what's for you. Interact with the community, guys. We're gonna see what we get. We're gonna see what the divine has to say to the mutable signs. Okay. Mutable are Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, and Sagittarius. Okay. Let's see what we get. Oh, they're ready to talk. That was one of your pre-shuffle cards. You know what? We'll see if we get it back. Okay. Pre-shuffle energy. 8 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands. I was just reminded, let's clear out any negative energies, any doubt, any fears, any stagnations, any worries, any blocks, okay? Let's clear it out. Beautiful, guys. When it comes to this energy I'm feeling on my hands are beginning to shake. That always happens. I feel a lot of energy for you mutable signs. I feel like you took the proper measures to bring yourself out of an old pattern, it feels like. 5 of Wands to the 8 of Pentacles to the 10 of Pentacles. I think you found success in yourself, in your beliefs, in what's being proven to you. I feel like this energy of you no longer can fight what the divine is showing you. You know what I mean? And changing yourself and improving yourself and your beliefs and these self-fulfilling prophecies. The divine is showing you like, yeah, this shit is real. My dude, if you turn within yourself and remove any shit that's blocking you, then the floodgates are open. You're really understanding that. I feel like you answered the phone when the divine called. And you had to be faced with some real truth about yourself, about your previous experiences, the ways in which you've been really operating and making decisions here in the past and in the present. There's a feeling here of an upgrade by way of them. It's like the divine showing you better than they can tell you, you know. Messenger of air with the 4 of Wands here. 8 of Cups. Similar cards here with a completely different deck. Some of you may need to watch the Cardinal Sign video. 7 of Pentacles. Exact same cards, you guys. I do feel like, again, that energy of answering the call of the divine here with this, again, messenger of air. I feel an energy of integrating logic, reason, wisdom, common sense, and emotional containment, fulfillment, stability. It's essentially an energy here with this card of sorting out your emotions. Taking with you what needs to be taken and leaving behind what's confirmed that can be released. You know what I mean? It's been confirmed, you know. You know what I mean? Divine confirmation on what can be surrendered at this time. I feel like a lot of you had these beliefs or these ways of protecting yourself, and you recognize they're not warranted anymore. You found the way to the higher self, is what I'm hearing. So you no longer need these defense mechanisms, is what I'm hearing specifically. So, excuse me, tribe. With that coming out in the pre-shuffle, I'm very interested in seeing what comes out in your reading. Okay? Take what's for you, guys. Oh, Sun card. Let's just mix these back in, okay? Sun card and strength. Yeah, you've definitely overcome your lower nature. You've overcome temptations. You've overcome misalignment. You've overcome your fear of success. A lot of you overcame holding on too tightly. Yeah, strength in the King of Swords. You aligned with what you want for yourself. You know what I mean? Excuse me. Yeah, definitely. King of Swords. Two of Swords. Definitely walking by faith and not by sight. I feel like a lot of you got certain on what direction you're going in. And it's an energy of, well, I understand that if I'm making room for new chapters, new beliefs, new levels of understanding of life and self, you know what I mean? Then I can't fight what's being surrendered. Obviously, I feel this energy of you just kind of like saying, obviously, my divine team and my true, authentic, soulful self knows what's best for me. It's an energy of you know that there's so many aspects of yourself and your team that has your best interests at heart that you've learned how to really surrender on a soul level. You've learned how to accept and honor truth. And almost most importantly, as I often say with that King of Swords energy, especially with the walking by faith and not by sight card, you've really began to understand fully what it means when they say the best way to predict the future is to simply create it. You know what I mean? Which takes being present, right? Beautiful. So we're shooting for a 9-card spread here. We're going to see what we get and we don't throw a fit. I do want to feel your energy, guys, going into the reading. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands here. Energy. Energy for my mutable signs, please. What do you want them to know here? High Priestess. Interesting. I love this energy because what we just were talking about, for one, I feel like it really backs what we were just saying, but not only that, you know, swords are a logical kind of perspective. It's also, in the way that I read, it's associated with the physical space. This shows that you've also accomplished a level of mastery in the spiritual space as well. This also, especially in the way that I feel it in this reading, really reflects an energy of you being able to spiritually, I heard specifically, interpret. But more importantly, you've made it to a point where you're able to assist others in your energy, in your way of communicating, in your way of carrying yourself. Almost an energy of that leading by example, I feel here. And I feel like I'm going to take it as a crowning energy. So we have 9 cards here. Now, 9 cards, please. Nine cards, please. Beautiful. Sun card back at the bottom of the deck. I absolutely love this. You're walking straight into freedom. For some of you, I just heard specifically financial freedom. Mutable signs, you're walking straight into financial freedom, spiritual freedom, confidence, independence, balance. A lot of you have learned how to balance your emotions with logic and reason. A lot of you have truly learned how to surrender to divine guidance in a way where you're no longer combative with spirit or with your true self, right? Look at the heart of that. Heart of it is this chariot energy here where you're in the duality of life, love, spirit, overcoming fear, It's a fearless energy here I'm feeling coming from this card. And fearless is not the absence of fear, but it's the fearing less, learning how to transmute fear into greater things. Identifying first what fears lie within the vessel. It's always a vessel driving the chariot, right? Denoting for me a physical experience. Reminding you of that energy again, we are a spiritual being having a physical experience. Especially with it being right in between the Magician and the Star, 3 major arcanas. Hermit. You have 5 major arcanas here. Mutable signs, I really feel like you're on your shit. And not only are you on your shit, but you have learned to own. You hear me? Own your shit. You've learned to own your shit. I do feel this strong energy here where a lot of you are learning how to take strong action on your passions here. It's an energy here where you no longer feel blind to your goals. It's an energy here where you feel awakened to your dreams. Awaken to your desires and your passions and your sparks of creativity in life. Naturally grateful for the prana. You know what I mean? That vital life source energy. I feel a lot of you finally taking that big sigh of relief. Like, damn, I overcame some shit. You know what I mean? Like, I made it through some shit. You hear me? I did the shit out of that, is what I just feel from this. It just came over me like that. Y'all. I really love this reading. Give me a second. I really want to take in the energies here. I want to take on the energies here. I do strongly feel like some of you finally got the idea or the controlled plan, agreement, contract, something, Something here was divinely orchestrated that kind of broadened your perspective on the direction you're actually going in. You know what I mean? It broadened your perspective on what's actually obtainable in your experience. I do feel gratitude, especially with the 4 of Swords. It feels like it's no longer a race or a competition or I have to prove to any fucking body that I'm worthy, right? I don't have anything to prove anymore. My truth is my truth. Ooh, I'm getting chills. My hands are shaking. I'm chills like I'm literally shivering right now. A lot of you are so engulfed in divine grace that it's fucking unbelievable. Hermit energy, the divine cloak. It's like the divine is holding you and shielding you from bullshit. You know what I mean? 4 of Swords energy, hell yeah. Why? Because you're at the altar. Magician. You're at the altar orchestrating the shit out of your experience. Because you've learned it's like an energy of alchemy here. Transmuting of energies, healing, proper guidance and direction. This is star energy here. It's also like an energy of manifesting and co-creating your true purpose. Finding the many missions in life that you're truly meant to put your all into, Like the card I created, put your all into it and get it back tenfold. Excuse me. You're coming out of... Ooh, y'all gonna be very vocal. Especially Six of Swords. You're coming out of Hermit energy. It's almost like a de-escalation as well. Four of Swords coming out of battle. Straight into Hermit mode. Right? Healing and nurturing of self. Also healing and nurturing to others. I heard specifically a new lease on life. Some of you may have even had like near-death experiences. Or something that truly jolted your spirit, you know what I mean? A divorce, losing a loved one, you know? Car accidents, theft, break-ins, real shit, life shit, you hear me? Chariot, life shit, navigating life shit in a spiritually balanced way, in control of your shit. Hermit energy, spiritually cloaked. No matter how difficult or what the fuck you went through, understand that it was still divinely orchestrated. No matter what the magnitude, it's this energy of you went through exactly what the fuck your soul needed. I also, let me tell y'all something. The day after New Year's, I was talking to my best friend and my bro about my perspective on near-death experiences and car accidents and shit like that, right? And I was telling him my belief. And I believe that that is like, if you want to imagine it, it's like putting in an extra battery in the soul. Like the little motherfucking, what you call that, my bad, watch my words. The Energizer Bunny, right? It charges the soul. It's a soulful experience. Things like that is something that gives your soul a different level. You know? That's some shit that hits your soul, not just your emotion or your mind. You know? So it's this energy here where some of you went through some shit that really woke you the fuck up on a different level. But it puts you in a position of mastery. When you control the mind is a part of the vessel, therefore is a part of the physical experience. When you learn how to control the mind, you take over a deeper level of your experience. You see what I'm saying? Magician energy. All suits harmonizing as one to get you exactly where the fuck you need to be. You understand what I'm saying to you? Taking everything, not only with a grain of salt, but with a heavy dosage of gratitude, honey. Four of Swords, Six of Swords. I'm taking my lessons with me, but it's in the healthiest way possible because I see that the best way to predict the future is to create it. And not to create it based on my past, but to create it based on what I know I can achieve. And more importantly, what I have the faith to, have the assurance to achieve what I feel could be the unachievable. Or what I once felt was the unachievable. Recognizing the difference of impossible and I'm possible, right? Really recognizing the difference of impossible and I'm possible. Putting them together, right? It's interesting because it brings you to the Ten of Swords. A permanent a permanent ending to a karmic mental pattern or cycle, right? Sun, finally seeing the truth. Also a 10 energy. A permanent fucking end. Based on what? 1 and 9 is what? Magician and Hermit energy. That's 19, bringing you to a 10. A permanent ending to some mental bullshit because you finally fucking see clearly now. The rain is gone. High Priestess, Sun card. There's nothing that's getting past that. That got to be signed, sealed, and delivered by the divine. And we already know we don't sign no fucking contracts because the divine don't give you contracts. It gives you grace. Remember exiting the will of karma and entering the will of grace. Seven of Pentacles again, investing in some shit that's going to be permanent, long term. investing in your health, investing in your wealth. And what do we know? The best source of wealth is what? Wisdom. Because why? If you know how to fucking fish, you'll be full forever. But if somebody give you a fish, you'll be full for how long? It's uncertain. Four of Cups, recognizing that it's endless possibility. Words don't matter. Recognizing that it's endless possibilities. Three of Cups is what? That harmony, that Trinity energy. Cups is a spiritual energy in the way that I read. So to have the Four of Cups is another opportunity offered to have a higher sense of emotional stability. Fours relate to what? The Emperor. Stability. Mastery. Right? Mastering yourself emotionally based on another opportunity to discover deeper or higher levels of self. This is what is coming across in your reading as, right? Because you're going straight into the star. Following the Chariot and the Magician. Aligning yourself. Using all elements and aspects of yourself to really propel you and get you exactly where you need to be. You've learned hard lessons, hell yeah. But who the fuck doesn't? You bounce back always, right? You still closing the last card out of here is still a court card. It's not in the minors. It's not in the karmic levels. You're going towards what? Sun card, right? Major energy is the High Priestess. High Priestess can absolutely navigate you out of the karmic suits into the courts and then into the majors. Mastery energy, right? But as you enter the reading, Wand, you exited the reading, Wand. It's about being aligned with your true passions, your authentic self, and taking action. Cultivating and controlling the energy required to get you where you need to be, but most importantly, following your intuition, right? Because Wand is a spiritual energy. It's in your vibe. The vibe never fucking lies, but people do, you know? But your heart always tell you, and your vibe, the energy and what you feel behind shit is the truth. When you feel like shit ain't right and you want to avoid it, that's when you get the Tower, right? But when you peep something, you peep it. You don't always have to express it, right? But when you peep something, you know what to do. And I feel like you guys are understanding that. And no matter how hard or difficult things may be, you know that if it's ever time to go into the Hermit energy, you know that you can do it and pull the fuck through always, right? You know if it's ever time to go into the Four of Swords energy, you know that you can pull through it always because you're always divinely guided, you know? Dear old Evangeline, look up to the skies because you're always divided. Divided, wow. Guided. I try to say divinely guided, guys. And I feel like that energy of divided is, again, divided from the bullshit. You're set apart. You're one of the few. As we often tell you, the road to your true authentic life and self is very narrow. Because few will have the endurance and the drive and the hunger and the ability to really face self and the divine and past lives and shit. Few will have the courage and the determination and the will to walk that narrow path. But those who do are promised to reach the other side. Because when you feel weak, once you're already on that path, you know, when you feel weak, you will be carried. Period. Once you start, as you already know, when you start your awakening, there is no going back. You know? If you don't have an attorney, one will be appointed for you. You will be carried the rest of the way, or until you are replenished and rejuvenated enough, whole again, all aspects of self, right? Until you're whole again and can walk again. And you'll still have divine assistance all around you. Period. I love y'all. I think we're going to end it there. Are we ending it there? Are we getting any advice or anything? No, they're telling me to end it there. Okay, I love you guys, and I thank you so much for the support. Be confident, guys. Be confident. Your blessings is promised. I really feel that, guys. Have strength and confidence. I love you guys.